Hello, it is January here in Phoenix, and it is a perfect time to be planting bare root roses. So, this time of year, planting a bare root rose, that is probably the best time to plant a rose if you would like to plant a rose. I think most people don't, if you don't know about roses, you may not know about bare root roses. So, basically, in the winter, the rose is dormant. So they don't need to be in a pot or a container with soil. They can just be kind of in like a moist environment, just bare roots. So it's just the canes and the roots, and that's it. So that is what a bare root rose is. And most nurseries will put the bare root rose out when we're supposed to be planting a bare root rose, which is now. So even like Lowe's or Home Depot, they will have bare root roses. So locally, I really like Berridge Nursery. They have a ton of roses to choose from. They're all from, really good growers. So I think personally the best time of year is now. Go get a bare root rose and, go to maybe like a Berridge Nursery. And, I think a nursery is going to be better. They're going to have a better selection. They'll probably have a little bit better of growers than like a Lowe's or Home Depot, but you can still get bare root roses there as well. So I did head over to Berridge and I purchased a bare root rose so I can show you how to plant it. And basically Berridge has them in bins with sod. They've got the pictures of what the rose will look like on the bin, and then they've got a selection of bare root roses in the bin, and you can just say, I would like this, this, and this, and a gentleman will pick them out for you. He'll kind of prune it up a little bit for you, prune some of the roots, prune some of the canes, and get it ready for you. And then they will package it. They'll put some moist straw and bundle it up like a little baby, and you can take it and be on your merry way. So this is the rose I got, and it is a floribunda bare root. Let's see. Larger flowers in cool conditions. Maybe I should have read that before I bought it. Fragrance mild tea. Should be fun, and I will show you how to plant this. Okay, so this is the spot where I'm going to plant my new floribunda bare root rose. So I've got everything I should need: some gloves, a shovel. I took this from the nursery. It's the little plastic that you put down in your car, and I'm going to use this. I'll lay it out, and when I dig my hole, I'll put the dirt on this so it doesn't contaminate, my top soil. So I've got that. I've got my baby rose right here, and I've got a bag of mulch. So the mulch is very important for planting a bare root rose because when we unwrap this, I will show you what it looks like, but it doesn't have any soil around the roots. So we have to build like a little cone shape so that the roots of the rose can sit down on it. And we're going to do that with mulch. So I'll unwrap this guy, show you what it looks like, and then I will dig a hole. Alright, so here it is. Here's my bare root rose, and now that I've unwrapped it, I realized I've forgotten something. I'm going to get a bucket of water. So this that they wrapped it in, the straw was nice and moist, so I bought the plant yesterday and I kept it wrapped up, so it kept the roots moist. So you do want to make sure the roots are moist. You cannot let these dry out. Another good practice is before you plant it to soak this in a bucket of water. So typically what I do is before I dig the hole, I'll get a bucket of water and let it sit while I dig the hole. So let me get that. Okay, so this is what the bare root rose looks like. Canes, roots. So I'm just going to plop this into my bucket full of water, dig a hole, and then I'll show you how to make the little cone for these roots. So when we dig the hole, we'll want to make sure that we have obviously excavated enough for these roots, you know, plus some, so that we've got room in the hole for the roots to grow into. And also when we make the cone, so typically the bare root roses, they'll have kind of like a spot so that we can set this on a cone of what I'm going to build it out of mulch. So there it is. So this is a shady spot, probably not the best spot for a rose, but I'm going to try it anyway. So I'm going to orient this so that the canes are pointing towards the sun. Is the hole, and this guy should fit in here. Ideally I'd like to be able to get it a little bit bigger, but this space over here is kind of constricted. I'm gonna build the little cone support for it, but basically just wanted to check to make sure the roots are gonna fit in here, and then that the hole's deep enough. So we're gonna want to bury it to like about here. So you know, you'll want to check where you're at with grade with that. Okay, I got the mulch into the hole. Now I'm going to wet it so that I can kind of shape it. So you can see it's just a little mound of mulch, kind of like cone shaped in the hole. And get our rose. Okay, again I want to place it so that these canes are kind of growing out towards where I think it's going to get the most light. And we're just going to set it down onto its little mound. And it looks pretty good, looks pretty stable. Yeah, that's how I'm going to leave it. And then I'm going to take the mulch and I'm going to mulch it to cover the roots. And then I'll take the native, I'll take the mulch about 3/4 of the way up, and then I'll take the native and finish it. And then I will make a little mound with the rest of the native soil, and then we'll mulch the top. got the mulch on top. I kind of, again, compacted the mulch down with some water, and it's looking good. So I'm going to leave the hose on this guy for about 20 minutes to kind of let this whole thing soak and compact down. And because I just planted it, even though it's winter, I probably will water it every day for 4 to 7 days, just to get it nice and compacted and used to this soil. Yes, so this is done, and let me show you what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. It's got its little mound mulched up to the top. So you can see there's not too much of that stem sticking out. This mulch will compact down a little bit, but not too much. So that is, to me, that looks good. And then we've got our little basin, so we can kind of flood irrigate this for the first couple days to help compact all of that soil. So I will show you how this does and what it looks like when it blooms in the springtime, but for now this is what we've got, and that is how to plant a bare root rose. Thank you.